Okay, we are recording. Welcome to our March. I can't believe it's already March. I have a hard time believing that. Dream Team monthly call. I want to start just by asking you a few questions, and you can just type them in the comments section. You don't have to unmute yourself or anything like that. Number one being, what is the personal development book that you are reading right now? So if you can type that in the comment section below, I want to know what everyone is reading right now. Sarah, don't you love it? Oh, good. Good. Such a good book. Oh, Miracle Morning is, oh, Christina, that's perfect for you. I love that. Miracle Morning. Perfect. Eat That Frog. Oh, I'm so glad you decided to read that one. That one helped me even with when I was teaching. It was such a good book. That is perfect, Mimi. That's perfect. All right, if you want to continue to drop those PD books in there, that's fine. I also want to know what Shakeology flavor you drank today, because I know that a few of us have multiple flavors that we choose from. What did you drink today? What Shakeology flavor did you have today? Let's see what our team likes here. Vanilla, chocolate, vanilla, cafe latte here too, Mimi. That is my new favorite. I like mixing them too. That's good. And last question, are you using any of the performance line right now? If you are, I would like to know what it is. What from the performance line are you using? And you can type that in the comments. That's the Energize, the Recovery, the Recharge. Hydrate's my new one that I started drinking with 80 Day Obsession, and I love it. Sarah's doing everything. Me too, Sarah. I love it. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, continue to drop those into the comments as you can. I'm loaded up too. And I am going to start our call with some shout outs. So I first want to shout out all of those that became Emeralds last month, because we had several that rank advanced last month to Emerald. We had Cindy, Kendra, Krista, Missy, and Mimi all advanced to Emerald last month. So congratulations to all of those coaches that advanced to Emerald. And there are too many coaches to say who hit Success Club last month, and that's a good problem to have. That's a really good problem. We had a full board of coaches that hit Success Club last month. And then I want to shout out this month that Lindsay and Krista and Sarah have already hit Success Club for the month of March. So congratulations to those three girls for already hitting Success Club. And actually, let's see, Krista has already hit SC10 too. So awesome job, Krista. So we are killing it this month. And then I want to also congratulate everyone who is here tonight. Just those of you that took the time out of your schedules tonight to be here. I know we're busy. I know we have a lot going on. So thank you to everyone that showed up tonight. And thank you to everyone that has been more consistent with your power hours, especially my PS coaches. I feel like that's something that we've really worked hard on, is our power hours and being consistent with those. So congratulations to those of you that are really sticking with that and making sure you get that in every night. I did not go live today with our focus for this week like I'm due on the Dream Team, because I knew I was going to be on here tonight. So I didn't really see a purpose of going live this morning and then coming on here tonight. My two focuses for this week are the Finding Joy workshop. I'm inviting to the Finding Joy workshop. And if you don't know about that, check out the Dream Team page. And then also, if I had not already hit Success Club, my focus would be Success Club. Because I have hit Success Club, my focus has switched to helping my coaches hit Success Club. But if you have not hit Success Club, that definitely needs to be a focus for you. So just the inviting, the following up, all of those activities that we do during our power hour. I now have some important dates. So if you have your calendar handy, let's go over some of these dates that we have, because we have a lot. There is a lot going on in the next couple of months, and that's really exciting. We have Super Saturday on April the 8th. If you have already purchased your Super Saturday or Super Sunday ticket, will you raise your hand so we can see who's going to be showing up to a Super Saturday or a Super Sunday? Or even if you plan on going to one, you can raise your hand. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I love seeing all those hands go up. We are going to be on Sunday in Indy, so that is exciting. And then, so that's April 8th. The beach body bars, which is another really exciting thing that's about to happen, are coming out on April 7th. So the day before our Super Saturday, those beach body bars come out. And you can Google that and find the information on the flavors and everything that you might need to know about that. I'm not going to waste time going over it all right now. Then we have Cancun. I see Lisa on here. Lisa Cook and I are headed to Cancun April 19th, which is exciting. We have others that earned it, but half of our team, I swear, is pregnant. So a lot of people couldn't go on this trip because they're pregnant. So we have others that have earned it, but Lisa and I are the only ones that are going to actually be going to Cancun. I really hope to see everyone on this call there with us next year. And that just means working your business right now. Hitting Success Club is all you have to do to get invited to these trips. Hit Success Club every month. We have Summit June 21st through the 24th. So if you haven't purchased your Summit ticket, definitely look into that. If you don't know what Summit is, ask your upline coach. Definitely something that you want to make sure that you attend if at all possible. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Sneak peek. We have a Dream Team sneak peek. I know that Fit Fighter Nation has a sneak peek coming up, but our Dream Team sneak peek is going to be March 28th. And the Diamonds on the Dream Team will be leading that. However, everyone on this call is welcome to invite others to attend that sneak peek. We set it up at March 28th because our Finding Joy workshop is going to be ending right before that. So we have the potential to invite those people that we think might make good coaches to the coaching sneak peek from the Finding Joy workshop. In May, we are going to do some sort of a get-together. I haven't decided yet, but if you're local, just know and wait for a date that there's going to be a May get-together for local coaches. And then also 2B Mindset comes out in May also. And if you did not see, Joel is coming out with a new program that we have to wait and learn more about at Super Saturday. But there is a new, I see Christina all excited. Christina's a huge Joel fan. And she's the first person I thought of whenever that came out. There is going to be a new Joel program. So that is super exciting. And it will be announced, I'm sure the whole trailer will be played at Super Saturday or Super Sunday. And I think that's about it. Aaron did do a video in Fit Fighter Nation. If you have not had a chance to check that out yet, make sure you check that out because it goes over some of the new programs and also some pretty big changes that are going to be happening in BOD. So please put that at the top of your list of things to do if you haven't watched Aaron's video for Fit Fighter Nation. And that's where that video is, in Fit Fighter Nation. Okay. I think that's all of the stuff I needed to kind of get out of the way before we started talking about our topic. But our topic tonight is dealing with objections, because I know that we all have objections. Everybody has objections. From the brand new coach that might be on the call tonight, that this is your first call, to me, who has been in this business for almost 6 years. I still get objections, and that's okay. But we have to learn how to deal with those objections in order to get past it and to get to those Success Club points. And for me, I actually make it kind of a game. Whenever someone says no and they have an objection, it's a game for me to try to get them to say yes, to try to get them to change their mind and to join me in my next accountability group. I'm really going to be focusing tonight on how to make sure those objections don't happen in the first place, on things and tips that you can do. And I think I have, let's see, I have 8 tips here that I'm going to be giving you. But then I'm really going to focus on the price objection, because I think that's the objection that we hear the most of, is the price. It used to be price and time, but Beachbody kind of took care of us on the time, because when I started, all the workouts were an hour plus long. And now we have so many workouts that are 30 minutes or less. So they kind of took care of us on that one. And it's very easy for us to now say we have these under 30-minute workouts, and it's really hard for someone to argue with not being able to find 30 minutes of their day. So I'm really going to focus on the money objections. And I know how scary inviting can be in the first place. And I know when you get that no back, or not now, or I don't think so, or that's too expensive, that can kind of add another level of scary if you don't know how to deal with it and if you haven't practiced it. So hopefully some of these tips help to get you more excited about those no's instead of worried about them. I do want to, and I always share this, you cannot take it personal. When someone tells you no, you cannot take it personal. They're not saying no to you just because you've asked them. There's a reason, and it doesn't always mean no forever. It means no right now. And I always use the waitress at a restaurant as an example. If she comes up after your dinner and asks you if you want coffee and you say no, she doesn't go away boo-hooing and get upset because you've told her no. It's it. You said no, and that's the end of it. There's no big deal, no hurt feelings. You have to think of it as the same way. She doesn't take it personal that you told her no, so you can't take it personal whenever people tell you no. Okay, so number one, and these are all going to be how to deal with objections with a smile is kind of the topic I put on this. Number one is know your market. And these first several tips are before, like how to even create it to where there's not an objection, a possibility of an objection, things you can do to minimize having an objection to start with. Number one is know your market. Know who you are talking to. Before you send them a message, you need to know who they are. You need to check out their Facebook or their Instagram or whatever it may be, and you need to know who this person is that you are talking to. And if someone messages you because maybe you've been killing your social media and someone just out of the blue says, hey, I'm interested, I know how exciting that can get and you want to respond right then, but you need to take the time then also to get to know who they are and what they're about before you immediately just respond. They can wait. They can wait for a response. And I tell my coaches that they can wait and know that this is when you're working your business hour too. Because you're not going to get anyone to sign up as a coach who thinks that you work this business 24/7. So that's another reason why they can wait. They need to wait to know that we have these hours that we work, and that's all right. Now, there are times that I will say, hey, I'm not working my business, but I'll message you later tonight. And you can do that. That's fine. That takes a second to say that. But you need to know the person you're talking to before you reply to them or before you send them a message so that you can relate to them, so that you can respond with oh, I just saw your baby. She is so cute. I've been meaning to message you and say congratulations, and then go to either your question or then go to what can I help you with or what are your goals or whatever it may be. But you need to be relating to them first. And that leads me to number two is ask questions. If the person responds with, sure, I'd like to know more, you don't then word vomit information. You ask them questions. And these are some of the questions that I ask whenever someone tells me sure. And I feel like these questions help to eliminate those objections to start with. So one of the questions, well, I always say awesome. The details depend on you. That's kind of what I say when someone says sure. And then one of my questions is, what is your goal? What is your goal? Why are you reaching out to me? Or why did you say sure? What is your goal? What are your goals? And we talk about that for a minute. What workouts have you tried? Have you tried group fitness? Have you been going to the gym? Have you tried home workouts before? What have you tried? And how is your nutrition? What does your nutrition look like? And that question is always going to help you with Shakeology down the line with the conversation, because most people are reaching out to you because their nutrition sucks. I mean, I'm just being honest. That's why they're reaching out to you. And pulling Shakeology into the conversation later, that's really going to help with that objection to that. You have to be more interested in them than you are interesting. And I know we've heard that before. You have to be more interested than interesting. Tip number 3 is make it fun. You're not a computer, you're not a robot, you're a person that they reached out to because they relate to you. When you're messaging back to them, you need to make it fun. You need to be smiling when you're messaging them back. And I know I probably look really dorky when I'm sitting in my office working because I'm smiling and I'm just so happy to be talking to everyone, and I know I have that smile on my face. I might joke back and forth with them. I add emojis into the conversation. I say haha or LOL or hey girl. It's me. I'm having a conversation with them. They're not having a conversation with a robot. I make it light and I make it fun, and I let them know that I am a person that they are talking to. Tip number 4, I share the value of what they're going to get before I ever share the price. Even if they have asked what is the price, I tell them, well, that's still going to depend, but these are some of the things that you're going to get. I let them know what they are going to get, what the value is before I ever tell them the price. I hold off that price as long as I can in the conversation. And some of the things that they are getting with value is they're getting your one-on-one coaching. They're getting someone to help them one-on-one. And we don't talk about that enough. They are getting someone to help them one-on-one. My challengers, if they message me, I am here to help them. Most people don't get that in a gym or any other environment. They don't have someone that they can message every day if they have a question that's going to help them. They're getting one-on-one coaching. They're getting an accountability group that has like-minded women that they can surround themselves with that have similar goals. Maybe they're getting meal plans. For me, I offer meal plans if they need them. I always say I'm going to give you a guide and a template, but I have a girl right now that I'm working on a meal plan just for her because she is really struggling with that meal plan. So they know that they have the option of that meal plan. You have to think about the things that you add, the value that you add. Because honestly, they are not purchasing the Shakeology or the challenge group. They're purchasing your help. That's what they're coming to you for. They need your help. So you have to think about the value that you add to them before you share the price. Okay, so I've shared all of that. I've done all of these things, tip 1 through 4, and then they want to know what the price is, and I share the price. And maybe then they say, oh, that's too expensive. I can't afford that. Or that just really isn't what I was expecting to spend, or whatever they might say, or I just don't think I can do that right now. At that point, I turn it back around on them and I say, what were you expecting to spend? Not in a hateful way. That might have sounded a little hateful. I mean, I ask it, what were you expecting to spend? How much were you planning on this costing? Questions like that, so that then they can bring it back to you. And if you have to, at that point, you can say, well, okay, for, that much, you could just get the Shakeology and start with the Shakeology with us, or you could just get the Beachbody On Demand, and I can help you with that part. But I don't think you're really going to be that happy if you just get the Beachbody On Demand and you don't have the Shakeology piece in there, because you said that your nutrition was really struggling, and that's really going to help you with that. So you've got to think of those little things that you were talking to them about to start with and pull them back in at this point whenever they tell you. And most of the time, people at this point will say, okay, well, I get paid on Friday, so maybe I can afford this. Whenever they really get to thinking about the value of everything that you're adding, whenever they get to thinking about, well, that's not that much more than what I was planning on spending, you got to turn that back around on them. I also will break it down for them in the daily price, and that's tip number 6. Share the daily price with them. If they're still struggling with the price, break it down to how much they're spending a day. And I do this because this is how my husband had to have it broke down for him to say yes for me trying Shakeology. I had to say it's $4.30 a day, and you spend more than that at McDonald's on your way to work each day. So I had to break it down like that for him. And I think you can probably, most of our customers can probably relate to that. Now, luckily, my husband just drinks Shakeology now and doesn't stop at McDonald's on the way to work. But a lot of the people you're talking to do. All right. Tip number 7. Always use feel, felt, and found. Some of the coaches that have been around longer have probably heard of these. And these are the words you're using when you're speaking to them within the conversation. I feel this way. I felt this way. I have found. They want to know how what you're doing has changed you, how it makes you feel. I feel that my digestion has improved. I feel so much more energy. I feel that my skin is clear. Let them know how you feel. Let them know how you felt before you started. I felt tired. I could hardly play with my kids. I felt so tired. I was teaching, coming home. I didn't have energy. I felt tired. I don't anymore. I felt tired. And I have found that even though I thought it was expensive, I'm saving money here and here and here and here now. My grocery bill is smaller, the price, because I now have a meal plan and I'm not buying all this extra junk. Talk about feel, felt, and found within your conversation. And last tip, tip number 8, you have to do it multiple times. The more you do it, the easier it's going to become. And like I said, I make it a game now. It's a game for me. If someone tells me no, I'm bound and determined to try to change their mind as much as I can. And it doesn't always happen. It doesn't always happen. Sarah, I'm looking at Sarah right now, who I like talked to for I don't know how many years, and she told me no, but guess what? I finally got the girl to say yes. So you just have to keep going. You have to keep asking, and you have to keep practicing. And that's why we invite every day. That's why we have a weekly amount of people that we're supposed to invite, because the more you practice, the easier it becomes and the better you become. And then whenever someone says no to you, you don't get terrified all of a sudden. You know the steps, and you know what you need to do. You know what you need to say. You know the things that you can say to change their mind around. Okay, that is about all I had for tonight on dealing with objections. I am going to go ahead and stop the recording and then see if anyone has any questions or anything they want to add.